Hi guys, it's Weedit, and I am prematurely doing a little bit. I've talked about reorganizing, so I thought I might show you what at least one art area looks like. Now I haven't done any cleaning, so it is a bit premature, but I'm going to try to keep. Okay, there is my work table. Get to that in a minute, but you can see it extends. My laptop that I use, underneath it I have like circle templates and everything in, let's see if I can show you, in that wooden thing right there. My portable hard drive, I keep a lot of stuff on it. Daylight lamps, some plants that I desperately wanted, candles I always keep burning. Yes, that's Halloween, that's Painting with Jane, and a pour. And then coming around, pan up at the very top, up here, I have different kinds of easels and drawing tables that I can elevate. Right over here are my soft pastels that are really, really nice. Then we have my markers. I have Copics, Prismacolors. I have can't think of the name right now, fine line markers, really nice ones. And then I have Prismacolor and Shinhan twin markers. The Shinhan were cheaper than the Prismacolor, so I did that. Then I also have, can't think, Chart Pack. So I've got some Chart Pack markers as well, and then some fine liners. And right over here I have the Faber-Castell India ink markers that are fine. I also have their bigger ones, the brush markers. Below that, in this area, are watercolor markers. I love Tombow. I have some miscellaneous drawing stuff and water bottle, whatever, painter's tape, mister. Down below, I have my pan pastels, and I lied. Up here at the top, those were my pencils. I don't know where my brain was. Those are my pencils. That's pretty much Luminance and Luminance. I've got some others that I really like that are up there, and I can't think. Brain fade. Anyway, really nice art pencils, not all Luminance. Down here in this area are my pastels, my really nice ones that I like to use. Watercolor brushes are right there. And then over here, this is oil pastels, and on top, underneath the cover, there's larger, like the Sennelier Grand pastels, and also not oil markers, not oil paints, but can't think of the name. So let's just uncover it. Of course, my heat gun. Yeah, Shiva sticks. So those kind of things are right in there that go along with the oil pastels. This right here and here, golden fluid acrylics are down in this drawer, and soft body here, Liquitex right here, and then Tri-Art, and you see a golden, yellow ochre, golden down here. Hiding in between are my new Vallejo that I need to try in the pours. And then I have my portrait colors right here. Some miscellaneous colors that go along with certain projects. I kept them out so that I could finish my projects and not go, oh, what color did I use? Smaller goldens, and I've got that drawer in backwards. I told you this was a little premature. I haven't used this area that much because I've been doing so much organization. Down below, mediums, tons and tons of mediums. And then in this box, I'm pointing with my foot, right here are basically golden acrylics, artist quality acrylics. Okay, So panning around, and you'll see a little bit. That's my craft room, and I'll do a separate tour on it. And I'm really trying to keep you guys from getting seasick. Down in the corner here, I have saran wrap, aluminum foil, contact paper, miscellaneous things that you need. And then, let's see, right here are more acrylic paints. Pretty much all of those I inherited. Numerous people have given me art supplies when someone has passed away, or if they're clearing out, because I will either use them or I will give them to other budding artists. And right in here I have my gouache. This is my color burst powders and stuff like that. Over here I have Inktense blocks, and then I've got a couple of watercolor palettes. The top one is not full. I use it for individual projects. I may rinse out the watercolor afterwards. I know, don't do that. I usually don't, but that's for when I'm doing something really special. I'm using odd colors and I want fresh. Then I've got my Mission Gold palette below that. Over here are, yeah, just went blank, so let me ease over. My, okay, archival inks. That's where I'm storing so I can re-ink. And behind that I have, yeah, more re-inkers. So my re-inkers are right there. I apologize. Watercolor miscellaneous stuff right there. And then this is India ink with watercolor, I don't know what you call it, primer in the back. Of course, Sumi ink, again, most of that is inherited. And then from here over to here, that is tangling stuff. And most of those were gifts. And then just up, I have my joint compound, Venetian plaster, my watercolors that went in these palettes I showed you below are up here, plus some duplicates, plus some one-off. Pastel primer, then I have pumice stone to make my own pastel primers, and I have powdered marble to make like my own encaustic gesso and stuff. I have Serral transfer paper right here and here. This one has odd pencils. They're really nice, but I don't particularly like them. I won't get rid of them because they're hard and I can get into fine detail areas. Tim Holtz watercolor and just watercolor pieces, paper pieces right here, watercolor cards, and then an art journal. Up in top, I've just got some spare marker storage, towels that I use. I try not to go through paper towels, waterers, that's watercolor sponges. And then down below, I don't want to get you dizzy, so I won't open it up. It's neat, but I have a lot of different kinds of drawing papers and watercolor papers down there. So, and paint papers, just basically paper substrates. Okay, so moving over, and here's where I have a lot more stuff that's been given to me. I have acrylic brushes and then oil brushes, book of quotes, stuff that I inherited, and then I have sets of pencils here. So, and these are predominantly artist quality. There's a few that don't have the light fast ratings. I know what they are: the Graphitint, the Inktense. There's another one. Can't think of it, but those are all up here, as well as some of my really nice stuff like the Faber-Castell and the Prismacolor that I use just to kind of muck about. This one, these are my graphite sets. That's water-soluble graphite. Those are color shapers. This is miscellaneous drawing implements that are nice, I should say. And then this is water-soluble stuff. Then I've got the extra large graphite, the extra large charcoal, the powdered charcoal. Here I have powdered pigments that I use to make my own paint. And here I have oil pastels that are base layer pastels. They're not the nicest. I love Sennelier and Holbein. Is it Holbein? Oh, I can't remember. Really, really nice buttery square sticks. Don't think it's Holbein, it's something else. Okay, and I'm going to back up just a little bit. Here I've got vine charcoal in both of these and compressed charcoal. These are charcoal pencils. This is ink I typically use with dip pens. And then I have spare charcoal stuff. I have tons of charcoal. Again, that's one of the things that I seem to get a lot of. Down here I have dip pens. This drawer would be for calligraphy stuff, and this drawer is for miscellaneous drawing things like pencil extenders, grips for the extra large stuff, that sort of thing. And down there, again, I'm not going to open it because it would mean I'd have to move and open, and I don't want to make anybody seasick, but it has my scratch art stuff. It has my wood carving stuff, not for figurines, but for printmaking, erasers. All my printmaking stuff is down there. So that's what I have there. And then coming across the bottom, over here, I have my oversized substrates. Okay, canvases are up here, and some of them down here, and hardboard and watercolor palette pads, sketch pads. All of that was given to me. So there's a light box tucked right in here, and then substrates. That right there that was a splurge. That is a glass palette. Really great for acrylics if you're going to use it up in a short time period. If not, go with the wet palette. Excellent for oils as well. And cleanup is awesome. Smaller substrates here, those are the round canvases that I tend to make with from CDs. This and all of this in here, those are from my school. The photography and art department mat all of their work, and so those are the insert cutouts that I get, and I like to use those for practice, for playing, for experimenting, and for drawing. They make really great substrates. Here I have, over in this corner, I have what I call my watercolor boards. Those are things that I take my watercolors to, and then palettes. And obviously I have a lot of palettes. Again, most of those were given. There's some watercolor paper hiding down in there that I need to put with the other. And then over here I have paper palettes, again inherited. I have tracing paper, I have oil paper, I have watercolor paper, drawing paper. Those are currently, I'm not using all of them, but I've got the assortment there. You can see I've got some duplicates. That's the active working paper pile. And we have odd miscellaneous mediums up here. My fixatives, you see shaving cream, you see turtle wax, alcohol, silicone, aloe vera gel, all kinds of stuff. Up here I have more funky things up here, okay, and there's some resin that I need to use, polyacrylic, just stuff that wouldn't fit on the shelf below it. These two boxes are like full of art tiles, small drawing journals, and ATCs. So I have that. And then moving on up, that's just a blank box that has watercolor implements and soft pastel implements in it. Then we have cups. Then we have a box called Gel Medium, and it's just got different kinds of mediums in it. Most of it is sort of gel medium. The box isn't full. And let's see if I can point to it. Up here, ATCs, and very small canvases, and the green thing on top of it are more ACT supplies. So that, and I will pan around. Over here you see some of my soap making stuff. My cappuccino mix right there. These are miscellaneous painting supplies, encaustic, and then you have an odd organizational method. So I'm going to move, trying to take it nice and slow. Okay, this cart is on wheels, and this is acrylics. Move it around, and I have duplicates because I got this when I had 2 different painting areas. So these are all duplicates. I love these. These are Joe Sonya's matte acrylics. Again, inherited a lot of this stuff. And then down there are some nicer heavy body acrylics. The next cart, and all these carts roll around, making it so easy to get to what I need. This acrylic ink, and then I have India ink and fluid watercolors, and then down here I have assorted other kinds of ink as well that I tend to use. That's some distress ink and other things like that. This next cart, this is my oil paint. These are the cheapy play ones. Down on the second one, I have more artist quality ones. Let me move this out of the way. And I have some mediums down here for oil as well. I did inherit, I've got some tube ringers, and so I did inherit some oil paint too. I'm going to shift hands and kind of move these out of the way. Okay. Yeah, and see, there's some that I really love to play with, but they're more translucent than others. They're really great for glazing. Here I have acrylics. These are like silks. This is different pearlescent mediums. And then down here, there's some that I'm going to get rid of, and what I call like the designer series, and some iridescents that I may not be able to get again, simply because when you buy the designer paints, you don't know if they're going to come out, keep producing that same color, because they come out with new colors like every season. So I just have them down there to remind me, enjoy them, don't get too attached. You may not be able to get them later. Okay, and then the last one is sort of watercolor. These are twinkling H2Os for the most part. I was gifted a lot of those. More watercolor tubes here and here, and that's where my fluid watercolors are. I'm sorry, so they're down there. So this is more or less where I do my encaustic work. My encaustic is right next to it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll pan out so you can see from this end, shelves here and around, carts tuck in nicely. So that's it. That is more or less the art area. Thank you for watching. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or tips, let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much.